悲しいほど光り出した白い闇切り裂く翼になれ
Here is our next kanji. It's absolutely essential to your Japanese prestige. So, how do you make this? You should probably be able to figure it out because it's just 100 without that upper portion. That's all it is. So, yeah, that was pretty easy. But now what does it mean? This kanji connotes three distinct concepts. It connotes the concept of day, the concept of sun, and since Japan is the land of the rising sun, this kanji connotes the concept of Japan itself. So between day and Japan, you can imagine how unimaginably important this kanji is. This kanji is used absolutely constantly. So it's great to know it. The major readings for this kanji are Nichi, Jitsu, Hi, Bi, and Ka. Alone, it is read as Hi, and connotes it means sun or sunshine. It also means day. Now this kanji is very important when you want to say what day of the month it is. To do so, put the number of the day of the month in front of day, and then you have it. The difficult bit is knowing how to say many of them, because they use readings that the world has never seen before. So, get ready. These you'll have to commit to memory if you're going to be able to say the date in Japanese, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, would be very useful. First day of the month is Tsuitachi. The second day of the month is Futsuka. Third day of the month is Mikka. Fourth day of the month is Yokka. The fifth day of the month is Itsuka. The sixth day of the month is Muika. The seventh day of the month is Nanuka or Nanoka. The eighth day of the month is Yoka. Distinguish that from your fourth day of the month. Your fourth day of the month has the doubled K, which is Yokka. Your eighth day of the month has an extended O sound, so it's Yoka. Distinguish between Yokka and Yoka. The ninth day of the month is Kokonoka. The 10th day of the month is Tooka. The 11th day of the month is Juichinichi. The 12th day of the month is Juninichi. 13th day of the month is Jusanichi. The 14th day of the month is Juyonichi or Juyokka, reverting it back to its other form. The 15th day of the month is Jugonichi. The 16th day of the month is Jurokunichi. The 17th day of the month is Jushichinichi or Junananichi. The 18th day of the month is Juhachinichi. The 19th day of the month is Jukunichi. The 20th day of the month is Nijinichi. The 21st day of the month is Nijuichinichi. The 22nd day of the month is Nijuninichi. The 23rd day of the month is Nijusanichi. The 24th day of the month is Nijuyonichi or Nijuyokka. The 25th day of the month is Nijugonichi. The 26th day of the month is Nijurokunichi. The 27th day of the month is Nijushichinichi or Nijunananichi. The 28th day of the month is Nijuhachinichi. The 29th day of the month is Nijukunichi. The 30th day of the month is Sanjunichi. And the 31st day of the month is Sanjuichinichi. There are a couple important days that are recognized by the Japanese that use this kanji. The first of which is Futananuka, or futananoka. This is the second week's memorial services, recognizing the 14th day after the death of an individual. Well, rather, the second group of 7 days after an individual's death, which you recognize with certain rituals. So those memorial services are known as futananuka or futananoka. The 21st day after death is known as sanshichinichi, or minanuka, or minanoka. Interestingly enough, this is also the term for the 21st day after birth. The 49th day after death, the 7th group of 7 days after death, is known as shijukunichi, or shichishichinichi. Try saying that 3 times fast, or rather, try saying that 7 times fast. If you can, it would be a good exercise for you. Shichishichinichi. If you can do that 7 times fast, you're probably getting a nice firm grip on how to say things in Japanese, which is excellent. Then we have this, 200 or 200. You should be able to figure out what those first 3 kanji mean in sequence. 2 in front of 100 in front of 10 would be 210. This is the 210th day after the first day of spring, which lands you right smack in the middle of October. Why is this? Why are we recognizing the 210th day after the first day of spring? Well, 210 or 200 recognizes the beginning of a 10-day storm period in Japan. So this is known as the storm day in Japan, 210. So, to end this storm period, we have 220, which indeed is the 220th day after the first day of spring, which is where the 200 to 10 comes from. You should recognize that as 220 by now. This marks the end of that storm period, so that's why this day is significant. And then we have a couple other usages of this kanji that might be a little easier for you to use in like everyday conversation. Hyaknichi literally means 100 days. Or you can it's just, you can mean it to be a long time, not necessarily 100 days per se. You can just say hyaknichi, long time. And same thing with sennichi, which literally means 1,000 days, but you could go ahead and use that to mean a long time, just like you would in English. And one last thing. Putting this kanji right after itself, one right after the other, gives you the term nichi-nichi or hibi. This pairing means daily. So this would describe something that happens day after day, or constantly. So that's your first kanji that does not connote the concept of a numerical value. That's going to be the norm from now on. So get used to kanji having multiple connotations and having all sorts of readings and having all sorts of meanings. This is Angel of Crepusculence signing off.